Okay, so I'm starting the damn chat. Are you okay?
The chat is live, people, and it is 57 days before the Redneck Gathering in Charleston, South Carolina. The countdown.
I'm excited for y'all, but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to go. I tried to budget, but I haven't seen where I can. But I will be thinking of y'all as you're together and having your fun.
None of us can afford to go.
You will be with us in spirit, and we will make plenty of video that you will feel like you were here.
That's right.
Miss you.
Besides, if I'm there, my big butt will end up on video at some point, and I really don't want everybody to see that.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
you can stand beside me and we'll be okay.
No, there'll be no butt showing. I promise you, we're doing everybody from the boobs up. We have a whole plan.
Boobs
Mike,
up.
Okay, whoa. Agree with that statement. Every one of us going to be showing our butts.
we might just do heads. We may just do heads. No profile.
Oh, you mean on video.
Double chin up, huh?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you are
I don't have one of those either. I'm so deprived.
Oh, shut up,
I mean,
Peachy.
you are going to have all of us together, so at some point something's going to go haywire, and we're all going to be in jail.
Shut up, Tommy.
Oh, shit.
No. Okay, listen. No one is going to jail because we go to the Charleston County Jail, which is where people go to die. No. 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 This is worse than a New Orleans jail. Okay, any Louisiana jail. I am not going to jail. Right?
Okay.
That's why we put mud on our license plate. Okay.
We specifically grabbed this property because of its location,
Yes.
its name, and the seclusion
Yes.
of it, so we can be ourselves.
Yes. We won't bother nobody. There ain't nobody to call the popo, right? And nobody is going to jail, Tommy.
We rented the squirrel's nest.
Yes.
Work.
That's the name of it, because we are squirrels. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
You see, BC in the external, in the YouTube, said that they feed you darn good in our jails in Louisiana, and that's what I'm saying. BC is going to a Charleston jail. You can die, and the only good sandwich is Bologna Wednesday because you get pudding. Okay, that's the only good day.
My
Other than
God.
that, but I am a witness that the food is very good in jails in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah?
Would
Yeah.
you like to share why you're a witness to that? You got,
I
like,
would not. I would not. Hey, moms, isn't there somebody in the parking lot? Are people going to think you're a lot lizard? Why don't you shut up?
They already know me here. I've introduced myself to everybody.
I love it.
I
didn't bring my waiters.
I can honestly say the food in North Carolina jails suck. So.
North Carolina jails?
Yep, food sucks.
Yeah, because y'all ain't known for food. You know what I mean?
Well, they got me cooking until now.
Now, BC Truck is asking us, what is a lot lizard? Okay. That's a friendly girl, very friendly, frisky even, who wanders around truck stop parking lots, usually in hooker heels and very short shorts, and usually kind of jonesing because she's either a meth head or a crystal or a crackhead, but that's neither here nor there.
She'll usually stay with you for an hour, but it'll usually cost you $50 or $60.
No, not a lot, lizard. No, they're $20. No.
Yeah, I missed out 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Oily. No, she's got. Yeah, that's not how they're rolling. The lot lizards.
BC Truck is a retired truck driver. I guarantee you, he knows what they are.
I know that, Jerry, but I gave a much more southern, nice girl explanation.
Yeah.
You see.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He said an hour. What would you do with the other 55 minutes?
Oh,
Oh, God.
I mean, I got to make money somehow to get down there.
I was going to say, Moms, you were trying to say something. That's why she's at the BP station, people. Moms is doing what you got to do, oily, to get here.
It'd be easier if she sold crack.
Hey,
No.
Tommy, what the hell, man?
No. I'm saying,
And good
Uh-huh.
spirits.
I don't know what part of Philly you're in.
Well, nobody does crack anywhere. It's all crystal meth. You don't even know what drug to sell, Tommy. Don't sell any, okay? Because you'll go broke.
Okay, fine. I don't know. Look, there is.
I don't even know what the hell crystal meth looks like. I'm thinking from
like
all I have
crystal.
seen. What?
It looks like
Looks a little crystal.
you hit your salt block and got a little chunk of it off.
Okay, so it looks like Himalayan salt?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's not pink, but
Look, there's no way I could ever do any kind of hard drugs. Anything that requires a needle is an absolute no. Now, weed, on the other hand, weed is my friend.
Tommy, I'll bring a needle and I'll stab it in you and you won't feel it.
One at a time. What the hell did you just say, Peachy?
yeah, Peachy, what you bringing?
I said I can bring a needle and stab Tommy with it and he wouldn't even know he had been hit. Hurts. It
Okay,
doesn't even
Peachy.
feel like a thistle.
Okay,
No.
Peachy. We're not going to be stabbing anybody with hypodermic needles, and we're going to have some rules, and that's going to be number one. Okay, no sticking people. Okay, it's not like cutting a sucker, popping a cap in a sucker. We're not going to inject anyone at the squirrel's nest.
Unless Tommy eats shrimp.
Unless Tommy eats shrimp, and then that'll be jabbing his EpiPen into his thigh and pushing the plunger because he's allergic to shrimp.
Tommy, what size is the needle on it? Do you know?
I don't know. I've never took it out.
What'd you want to say, Jason?
I was just saying skimp. Instead of shrimp.
Skimp?
Skimp.
Like shrimp? Is that any
Bubba
shrimp?
got shrimp. Bubba got shrimp.
Oh, Bubba Gump. Right. All the different kinds of
So,
shrimp.
Yeah.
You got fried shrimp, Jason. What other kind of shrimp is there?
All kinds of shrimp.
gumbo.
Gumbo.
We got some gumbo shrimp. Shrimp
Yep.
gumbo, fried shrimp, baked shrimp,
Shrimp
shrimp
scrumpet.
scampi.
Big shrimps, little shrimps, headed shrimps with heads, shrimps with no heads.
Oh, they gotta have the poop vein removed.
Well, now just 'cause you don't like a little roughage, I like the crunch of that, but I always take it out. I have a little shrimp deveiner. I got that down to a science.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep.
That is one tool I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's just cute. It's just a little thing. It's a little angled. Is Jerry talking to somebody?
Yeah, I was talking to BC Truck. Me and
Out
him
loud?
planning on having a cup of coffee next time my mom wants to go down there and see a friend of hers in Shreveport.
Are you talking on the phone or are you yelling to him in the YouTube external?
I guess I'm yelling to him in the YouTube external.
I was like, Jerry, he can't hear you.
No wonder he's not answering you.
That's why he ain't answered you.
How'd the auction go, Jerry? Did you find what you were looking for?
No, they had that auger mismarked. It was one of the gas-powered handheld jobs.
Oh.
I wasn't interested in it, and the settling tanks that they had was out of date. One was 2 years, and the other one, I don't know. The oldest date I could find on it was 82, but I don't see that being right.
Damn.
Well,
Crikey.
No one's going to say anything?
Anything?
I'm trying to read the external.
Right?
I got about 4 conversations going on. Wait a minute.
Right?
Jerry
I'm
was.
sorry, I'm clashing.
Okay, Magnus, you're not correct. Did you just say anything when he said, is anybody going to say anything? Jason.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody did.
Well, I can tell y'all my stupid dog that I love to pieces, the one that was up on my husband's lap in that one picture on Facebook. Yeah, he decided to find a porcupine again. And that was the day after he found a skunk. 3 of our dogs found skunks. And it was the worst I've ever, I mean, it had to have been right straight up close because it was the worst musky, like putrid smell. Like it was making me about throw up. It was so strong and it was so bad. It was the worst I've ever smelled. And so here they all got sprayed, and the next day, yesterday morning, Shawnee comes. Well, I guess they got sprayed two days ago, but they were still pretty rank yesterday. And my daughter wakes me up yesterday morning and says, "Mom, Rascal got into a porcupine again." And I go to the door, and he's got about 30, 40 porcupine quills in the roof of his mouth, and he's slobbering everywhere. And so she had to load him. She loaded him up for me since I was sick, and loaded him up and took him over to the vet.
My God.
Peach, Oily, how do you get the skunk smell off a dog? What do you bathe them in?
I
Tomato juice.
use a combination of tomato juice, and I put the essential oil purification in with that, and it takes it almost completely out. I mean, it works wonders. It's awesome.
Wow. Now,
Hey, you want me to tell you something that'll work?
What?
Dawn dish soap, baking soda, and
Vinegar.
A gun.
no, peroxide.
Magnus?
I haven't tried the peroxide. I've tried the Dawn and the baking soda, and it helped some, but it's not quite enough. Now, sometimes I'll add the baking soda with the tomato sauce and the purification, but the purification I add about 7, 8 drops, and just make sure rub it on them good and let it sit for a couple of minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I rinse them, and that seems to pretty much take care of it.
I promise you, a bottle of peroxide, a box of Armor Hammer baking soda, and a cup of Dawn dish soap. It'll take every bit of it out. It's what
And it
trappers
bleaches
use.
their hair.
What trappers use to wash the skunk hides to clean them up.
Ew.
But the skunks did. Yeah, I'd be worried the peroxide would hurt the dog.
No, it's an enzyme or something, and the peroxide breaks it apart.
Yeah.
It's a different
What are you
method
talking
of the weapon that they're using.
So when you do like the tomato juice, Oily, do you have the dog outside and like pour it over the dog and then
I put
smash
them in
it
the bathtub in the house and wet them, and then I put the
Ooh.
tomato juice or tomato sauce is what I use actually. Put that on them because it's thicker and it sticks to them better. And I massage that in, and then I take the purification then and put, like I said, about seven or so drops in my hands and rub my hands together and then rub it all over them. Sometimes I do that again, so sometimes I double that, but it just kind of depends how bad they got it.
Oh,
But I haven't done that yet whenever he went to the vet, so he showed up at the vet smelling like skunk.
And the vet was
BC
like,
Prepper, BC Trucker said, bathe them in diesel fuel.
Oh.
What's
I'd
weird
rather
is it
smell
almost smells
skunk.
like
Dry them off with the match.
it almost
Yeah,
smells
right.
like a combination of diesel fuel and skunk. I mean, it was just the grossest. It was so strong. I mean, I was just sitting there about to throw up, and I'm not one that throws up easily. I've been a CNA. I've worked in child care, you know. So I'm used to all of that nastiness. But oh my gosh, it was bad.
Yeah, sometimes it gets to you. Like BC said, he shot a skunk outside his bedroom window, and it smelled for a year every time it rained, because that's what we used to do, shoot them, and it would just be like, ugh, yeah, you just couldn't get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, see, putting your dog in the bathtub and getting it wet.
Oh, and this thing.
Don't want to do
I
that.
can't.
The water like
I
sets
can't
it
imagine.
and
No.
spreads it around.
It's not bad because whenever we, what we do is when we use that purification, so when we spray them, that usually takes care of it. And then I'll take a combination of my thieves and purification and clean out the tub afterwards, and I don't have any trouble.
And the drain. Could it get stuck in there as well?
Well, the essential oils
Ew.
will drain down into that, though, and take care of it. It's all good.
It's like the hair that could build up into that, and then the stink just gets onto the hair. That's inside.
Oh.
Jason.
Well, that's why you clean your drains.
Right, Jason.
Right? We've got this little thing that we constantly keep in the bath, or John, for the bathroom sink and the tub drain. It's this long little thing that you run down and you bring it back up, and it catches all of this.
And you know what it looks like when you pull the hair back up? Oh my God, it looks like a big snot ball. It's like, because it's soap scum stuck on there.
It looks like a dead rat to me.
Oh, no, it's
I'm like,
something
ew.
it's like something your cat hacks up, you know?
Mhm.
Nasty.
Yes, it does. Because all my hair just, I mean, it falls out by the handfuls, and oh.
Is it why does your hair fall out? Is it thyroid or is it what is it?
Stress, probably.
I'm 47 and stress.
Now, Oily, mine falls out and gets, if my husband goes through barefoot, it gets on his toes. My hair makes him crazy. I've always lost huge amounts of hair, yet my hair is incredibly thick. But isn't that weird? And I always have new growth.
Well,
And it
see,
started when I was...
Oh, I've got like these caterpillar-looking things where new hair is coming in, and it's going like this. I have bat wings going on.
Oily, what were you saying?
You can't make it lay down.
What were you saying about...
I have hypothyroidism, so my thyroid goes out of whack really easily. So my hair falls out, but I've always had super thick hair, but it's thinned out a bunch. But so I have it fall out too whenever I'm bathing and stuff. But if I feel it falling out, I wad it up and I stick it on the side of the tub, and then I clean that at the end of my shower. Try to keep it down in my drain.
Oh, yeah, I have to push mine out of the drain with my toes.
Oh.
And if I forget to do it, and my husband goes to shower, he'll go make that go away. And I'm like, what? He goes, the shower. And it's just gray hair. And I'm like, see, the man never cleaned up any cat yak is all it is. So to him, it grosses him out. And I'm like, our cat used to hack up things worse. It's just... hair because he couldn't pick it up. You know, it's like, dang, that's not even gross. So my husband has thin hair. He's got like 4, right? So he never loses any of them.
John shaves his head, so there's less than 4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Roy does too.
Wait, we got Mom on audio now. I mean,
Holy
video.
cow. Wait, let's get rid of that.
We're looking at her head, her forehead. God, it's like when Tommy shows us his left ear. Tommy likes to, and we just see part of him. Yeah, or his hat, Oily.
Good thing. It's a good thing I wasn't doing anything nasty. Yeah, I didn't know that popped on like that.
Oh my God!
That one might be good to see.
Yes, there might be.
Just tricking your nose, though. Oh.
I was actually looking for my cigarette.
Who in the hell is calling me at 10:20 at night?
Me.
Oily.
Yeah.
In case I do have thyroid issues I don't know about on top of everything else.
Yeah.
I take this. It is nascent iodine.
Uh-huh.
And that should, it's like super strong iodine. So in case I do, I take it daily.
Huh.
So
Iodine.
Now, Oily.
yeah.
Yeah.
When your dog gets playful with a porcupine, they're really easy to take out. You just snip the tops off them, and then they should just pull right out without too much trouble.
Yeah, the problem is that he doesn't just get a couple. He gets like a lot, and I can't keep him down to get him out. So I have to go and have him. I have to go and have him put to sleep. Sleepy enough to where he can't fight them, so that they can get him out. One time it took us 3 hours, and that was me assisting the vet. He had like over 1,000 and something quills in him between his mouth and his face. Yeah, his face was like a huge like those little tomatoes that people put their sewing needles on, and it was completely full. It was kind of like that. His whole face was completely covered up to his eyes, and luckily none got in his eyeballs, but it was pretty bad. So
he mustn't give up, man. You're my friend, and I want to play.
I know. Well, he just he's a chaser and a killer. He's part pit and he's so fast. He is super fast because his mom's part husky, and he's always bringing something up. 3 or 4 times a week, he's bringing something dead up onto the porch. It's either a mole or pack rats, or it's jackrabbits or skunks. Yeah, like that, Peachy, except for like completely full. But it's like, he just likes to get stuff. It don't matter what it is. I mean, he loves to go out and hunt, and I was telling some people yesterday, I just wish that he would like go out and hunt jackrabbits and just kill them and then bring them home or something like that, and then we could cook them. But no, it's got to be all kinds of gross stuff. Can't just be rabbits. And he brings them up and puts them on the porch like some kind of a trophy, and as soon as you walk outside, he grabs them and runs off with them because he thinks you're going to take it away.
He's showing you his love. Whenever he brings stuff up like that. I had a dog that used to do that to me. And the vet told me that he's just showing you love.
Yeah.
So you should show your love for him. You should cook it and eat it.
Oh, cook it and feed it to him.
I have to make sure that he is one that is wormed constantly because he eats all of that wild stuff, and of course it's raw, so any parasites that it has in it goes into him. So
wormwood.
Yeah.
Oh no, oily. I just started one today. Cloves. I put a whole bag of cloves into some vodka. That's good for parasite cleaning.
Is it? There's an essential oil for dogs called Paragize that's great for parasites. So I just put that in their water.
Yeah. I had a thing of wormwood I would put in my puppy's water.
What are you wasting?
Yeah, the old wives' tale about the hunters feeding their dog gunpowder to make them mean. They fed them the sulfur to kill the parasites.
Huh. Have you ever gotten your container of sulfur yet, like I told you to? No.
Yeah, Jerry.
Told you to go to a damn pharmacist and get some sulfur.
I've looked at 2 in these little hick towns and I ain't found it yet.
You have to ask for it, dear.
I did at one of them, mine.
What is sulfur for?
Well, it's good for mange, it's good for parasites, good for everything, pretty much.
Making matches.
Night, BC.
Night, BC.
Night.
Night, BC.
Night, guy.
Ugh. I am tired today. Is anybody else tired?
I am too. I'm started a new medicine and it's kicking my ass.
Oh. And Oily, you've been sick, you said? Magnus got a fever?
Oh.
Doesn't oil. Yeah.
Yes, I'm feeling better today. It's just that I still have that bubbling in my chest because that was I went to the doctor the other day and they told me that it was trying to turn into pneumonia. So, but it was a viral, so it's not like the antibiotics would help. So I just been working on the thieves and to help with the infection in the RC to help keep my airway open, and they ended up putting me on a steroid pack to open my airway more because the RC wasn't wide enough.
Yeah, that's no joke, Oily. I had double pneumonia when I was in college.
Yeah,
I kept going, and absolutely had to sleep sitting up. I finally had to go get bronchoscopes, where they extract it. Oh, I hope you stay on the mend then, because that is no joke.
Yeah, I had pneumonia pretty bad. Gosh, in the late '90s, around '98, and every time I turned around, I was trying to get it again after that for quite a while because it was just my system was so down. But I've done really excellent. I just kind of slacked off again on using my thieves and stuff to keep the germs down in my house, and my husband came home sick and ended up giving it to me. So.
Yep, the good old carrier. Yep, my massage therapist, who I say is the only man that Chuck Norris is afraid of. His daughter came home from Liberty College and brought him a virus, and then his wife got it. It hung on to him for 2 weeks with a sore throat, major drainage, and was trying to drip into his chest. But thankfully, you know about oils, and like Peachy, some homeopathic things to do that you don't and you kind of catch the symptoms sooner and don't simply just count on a prescription for it. Imagine if you didn't have that knowledge.
Yeah, that's why I'm stocking up on oils that that would have helped with the drainage, like lemon. It thins that out, so it's easier to extract, kind of like using Mucinex or something.
Right.
So those are things that I'm stocking up on. If the poo-poo hits the fan, I want to be able to have them.
Yes.
Polly is out there.
Scott.
Woohoo, Mr. Tolly.
Jerry, you gonna send Mr. Tolly a link?
Yes,
you did last
I'll go get one.
You see, we got a new secretary. Flint and Steel has been replaced with the farm and beekeeping, industrial maintenance, Jerry Pruitt. What?
I will never replace y'all's sexy Flint. And guess what? I don't want to.
Look, you get us links. You got it going on, Jerry Pruitt.
Why not,
you
Jerry?
Are
you
not
scared?
that bad in all your little flannel, and you stayed bundled up like my house was freezing.
Are you scared?
Scared.
Are you scared, Jerry Pruitt? That's what Moms is asking. Are you scared to be our manly man?
No. I will do what I can like I always do. But I'm just saying I know I can't replace Flint.
There was not a lot of confidence in that. No. Did y'all notice that? Like Jerry normally goes, no. This was no. Oh my God. What a mess.
Okay.
I tell you what.
Y'all have no idea.
And you were spot on, Oily, talking about the poop hitting the fan, because I tell you what, I've been watching, this was South Carolina's primary day. Sitting here waiting to see if Cruz is second or third. And I'm like, no matter what happens, we're just done. I mean, it's like drowning and treading water. And then to watch Nikki Haley endorse Rubio, Mr. Gang of Eight, and you're like, they don't even know what a conservative is anymore. They, yet they want it. It's just so frightening and so sad that Rome has fallen.
Yeah, people on both sides hate Cruz, and you would think that the people would take that as a good indicator. The reason why they hate Cruz is because he stands up and fights against them, even whenever, like for our constitutional rights, even when he's the only one standing.
I pray so hard for him because he is such a thug. Can you imagine going to work every day? To where you are hated by everybody around it, and the courage and the guts, he stands alone. You know what I mean? And doesn't crack down the middle.
Yeah. I'm not saying he hasn't made mistakes. I don't know. I'm not from Texas, but everything that I've seen, has been they just all hate him because he just doesn't play the game.
He don't comply. He's like 7 of 9, right? The remember Star Trek Voyager? I loved her. And it was, what is it, the Borg? Yet resistance is futile. He will not comply. He is his own person. It's nice to see conviction and courage. And he's such a believer. This is funny for South Carolina. They call the upstate, which is where we came from, Greenville, that area, the evangelicals, which is just born-again Christians. And then the area I'm in now, the Charleston, all along the coast, is GOP, hardliners, and I'm thinking they have it so wrong.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid.
Well, the problem is there are progressives, and they're in both parties. And what they don't understand is progressives are people who want to progress. They're just taking steps, one at a time, progress towards socialism.
Yes.
So, which socialism is a step towards communism, that's...
It's just a vote for Bernie.
Right. Well, exactly. Just Canada. My Canadian friends are not happy, right? They have a big socialism going on now, with their last election. But no matter who we get in the end, it doesn't matter because it's so freaking frightening. It's just unbelievable.
Well, and if you believe in what the Bible says, it's all going to go to pot at some point.
Yep.
So, it's not going to matter. I still want to be standing before God, trying to do my best to vote for the person that I feel stands the most for godly values and stuff. But I'm going to do that, just like, my personal opinion on abortion. I'm going to look into the people and see where they stand on that issue and vote what I feel God wants me to vote. So I can stand before him and say, at least I tried,
Yep, you got to.
What you wanted,
So what you're saying, Oily, is you're going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
No!
Hillary. Vote for the pomegranate?
Who is the pomegranate, Magnus?
The Hillary Clinton, she was sitting there on live television barking like a little dog.
Oh my God, that's right. She barked. Arf. Oh, you mean a Pomeranian? Or Mom, does he mean a pomegranate is something you eat? You mean a Pomeranian? A little whooper.
I've got a pomegranate tree in my front yard.
You do?
Does it bark?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
It had bark on
it. Tree barks. I'm taking a chainsaw to it.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Okay,
Rick Thomas just said mouse toes in a Sarah Palin cage match. I'd beat her so far down the earth a bear couldn't take her ass out, Rick. Lord have mercy.
She disappeared. She showed up on the scene, for 2 days?
Yeah,
and it was all about Trump and her, and then, she's gone.
Yep, she is so gone, yep. Oh my God! But and just what you were saying, Oily, when friends we talk about prepping, as I'm not prepping for God's tribulation, right? I'm prepping for the fact that I don't think there'll be food for me to buy at the grocery, and if there is, I won't be able to pay $22 for a 4-pound bag of beet sugar. And it's not just what you said. That's not what I prepare or store food for or try to become more self-sufficient for. I prepare for the fact that I think my government's gone to hell in a handbasket, and yes, I'm out
right.
Yeah, and the fear of just losing our Second Amendment right and not being able to protect ourselves from the booger man, much less a tyrannical government. But yeah, I'm the same as you. It's like I like to think of it trying to have the courage that Cruz does, which is this is what I believe in, and this is what I'm gonna stand for, no matter what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
You know.
So 2 of you are for Cruz.
Yep, I am.
Mhm.
I'll pray for you, Orly.
Manland. Are you? This is not the Walking Dead chat. It is not the Walking Dead chat.
Night, Rick.
Night, Rick.
Hey,
Rick's
Tony
going.
Bushcraft. Good to have ya.
Don't Rick make you smile if you think of Rick Thomas or Fuzzfork? Don't you smile?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're just awesome. You know, they really are. 2 women enter, 1 woman leaves. Rick is crazy. Todd's just out in his garage. Hey, Todd, you're out in your garage and Mom's in her car at a BP station. We got some funky stuff going on with these people.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, now. You know.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, wait a minute.
Sounds like
I don't see nothing wrong with any of that.
Listen, when Mom's came on camera, her hair was up on a bun, to keep the whole facial area clear. Yeah, we know what's happening.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, my God, mouse.
I'm just saying, she had a bun. I didn't say anything.
I'm never pulling my hair up again.
I keep a ponytail on you, too, girl.
Moms, I don't know if you can, but can you share the incident with Cologne with us here, or is this not the place because somebody might watch it and know?
No, nobody, I don't know. I was setting up for it was 60-something anniversary, I believe, and it was today, and they came in to see, how we set up and, basically if we did it right. And it was at my church. And this guy, I love him to death. He styles his hair. He's got a wave in the front. It's just like Johnny Bravo. That's who he reminds me of, an old Johnny Bravo. And his wife is an old dancer, from way back when. So, they're a hip old couple. I love them to death, and they're just showing their age now. And he sprays in his cologne. I mean, it's not offensive. I mean, if you're allergic to it, I'm sure it would be offensive. But it's just excessive. But he smells fantastic. So my girlfriend, after they left, she said, I really hate hugging him because I smell like Dick all the time, which is this guy's name.
Oh, my God.
And I was standing beside the preacher, and I'm dying because I want to say, something ignorant. I was just dying. And the look on his face said that he knew what I was thinking.
Yes.
And her teenage sons were there, and their friends, and they're all dying, but nobody said anything.
Because you're in church, right? I hate to hug him. I smell like Dick. Oh, that's so terrible.
I smell like Dick all day long.
Oh, my God.
And I literally cut my lip biting it.
Yes. Anywhere else you could have all fallen on the floor, but you're like, oh, no, we're in church.
And she had no idea what she said. And she says stuff like that all the time. And I usually get her on it, but not when the preacher's standing beside us.
No. You've got to be proper. You've got to be a proper lady, like you wouldn't have any idea what such a thing means.
I got one about that good that my mom did in church.
What you got, Jerry?
Their church was getting together to go on passion play. A great passion play, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Up in Rich Springs, Arkansas. Well, Mom was mad because she forgot her sandals. She's old school. You ladies remember what they used to call flip-flops?
Thongs?
Yeah.
She said that, and you would not believe the response from all the younger people in church.
No! And she had no idea, right?
She had no clue until after church when some of them told her.
Oh, and then she turned
And
purple.
she would have died if she could have.
Oh, Lord, she forgot her thong.
That's when you do the I Dream a Genie move, you know. Can you still see me? Can you still see me? Yeah.
So, Jerry, what you're trying to tell us is your mom was thongless at church.
Yes.
Might even have been shoeless.
I'm thongless right now, man.
Oh, oily. She sat through an entire service without her britches on. That is amazing. Okay, Rick cannot sleep. You have to try harder. What are you not catching? Don't talk to the truckers unless you're muted, Moms.
Rick was just afraid that he was going to miss something exciting here on the Redneck Zone, so just couldn't sleep. So now he's back.
Because remember, nobody gets arrested by the undercover cop till they mention how much it cost.
There has to be a price and an actual agreement on what's going to happen to them.
Yes, either a price or merchandise has to appear.
Listen, Moms, it then becomes an oral contract.
Oh,
I'm not listening to any of y'all. Y'all were sick.
Okay. So what were you trying to say, Moms, when I took that down the wrong road?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. After all that, nothing.
That moment's over.
Okay. Oh my God.
So, me and Mouse was having a conversation Thursday. We watched the Viking show together.
You did?
It was amazing.
Me and Mouse likes Vikings. I don't know how many of the rest of you watch it, but it's a really good show.
Oh, it's so sexy.
Yeah, Lagatha. Oh my goodness.
It's Lagertha. Okay.
No, her name's Lagatha.
I thought it was Lagertha.
No, her name's Lagatha.
Listen, half of them I don't know their names because they're so hard. Like I just figured, what's his name? Ragnock? Not Ragnock. I sound like Forrest Gump. Ragnar? Say it. What's his
Me and Mouse watched it together.
Jason? Are you having a seizure?
That sounds like Forrest Gump.
Oh,
I know.
Miss Mouse is snorting.
It's a good show. Mouse snorted.
Did you hear Jason? Hey, like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's being Forrest Gump. I don't know. I'm too tired to do this because it's hard when you're sleeping.
y'all go easy on the mouse toes bladder.
I know I'm gonna die. Oh, tonight my husband, he's all silly. And he's in the kitchen at the island, and I'm kicked back here in my recliner like I am now, feet up, right? Got my laptop, got my little mouse pad going on the arm, from the side of the arm. And he says something sassy. And I mute the TV, and then I start to get up, and he goes, oh, she's putting her laptop down. Oh, she's standing up. Oh, she's putting her slippers on. She's going to come kick my ass. And I turn around, I go around the island, and I'm ready to get him, and he wears this.
Keep it together, girl.
Yeah, hold it together.
Come on.
Take a breath. Breathe in.
Breathe, baby, breathe.
Y'all are not helping me. He wears a neck light, right? So it's big aluminum. It goes around his neck, and it has two little squirrely things that you can aim around. So he whips his neck light off, and slams it on the island, crouches down and goes, "Oh, she comes for me." I lunge for him, and then he takes his glasses off his head, slams them on the island, and I got the giggles so bad, I almost leaked. And he's being this Chinese man. "Oh, I fight you." And I'm laying on the island, weeping. I never got to fight him. The whole damn reason I got up because he made me laugh so hard. And he's 6 feet tall, so when he lowered down, it would just blew my mind. And he got all slanty Chinese-eyed. It was so weird. So, sorry.
Oh my God.
What was it? Pink, green, and yellow?
Oh, yes, I pink up the phone.
Said he tells it so well.
Yes. Joke. It makes me laugh. Y'all remember that one about the guy in India who wanted a customer service job really bad? And so he'd been practicing and he made it to the second round. And one of his buddies didn't. And he said, "How'd you do so well?" And he goes, "Oh, I've been practicing. You just have to remember how to say the words right." So he goes, "So what I practiced was when the phone goes green, 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 I pink up the phone and I say yellow." I get the job as customer service representative.
I can believe that.
Hey, we started out with that one, and then Tommy explained pet tiger at the pet store, and Mouse lost it the rest of the night.
I have not been right since that happened. Yep. So So Tommy, who's crazy, and you started, I don't know how I went from the Vikings to that, what happened to me with the Chinese man in my kitchen. But so Tommy normally watches Vikings with his dad, but his dad didn't feel good, and y'all remember his dad goes for surgery tomorrow, the day he checks in the hospital the day before, and then Monday's his surgery, so we got to pray in any prayer warriors. So normally he watches the Vikings with his dad, so I was typing to him in Facebook. But the names of these people are so hard to know. So I'm like, "Oh, I like the ponytail guy," and then Tommy knows his name. And then, you know what I mean?
But in this conversation, we find out that Mouse has never actually made pigs in a blanket. Never.
No.
Wait a minute. No. Now, see, you need to explain those, because there's like a million different ways to make pigs in a blanket.
Yes,
well, it's like wrapped in a biscuit. I mean, I eat them. I love to eat them when I go to like a party or something. But Tommy made freaking pigs in a blanket. Don't you wrap them in like a crescent roll, Moms?
Our pigs in a blanket up here are like a meatloaf with wrapped in cabbage.
Yeah, and cabbage.
Okay,
yeah,
y'all are doing it wrong. No. We're talking wrap it. The pig is weenie, and then we wrap it in like a crescent roll. It's a pig in a blanket, not a meatloaf in a cabbage. What the hell's wrong with you?
That's a cabbage roll around here.
Thank you, Mouse. They're so stupid.
Down here, guys, they're called like kolaches or something.
Okay, that's not a pig in a blanket. That's a kolache.
Right, you can buy them.
One at a time. One at a time.
Now nobody's talking.
Jason is a sassy little thing tonight. He's killing me.
I didn't hear him.
Well, you look over and he's got that big grin. He said something sassy. You can tell. Okay, so Tommy?
Okay,
tell us about your pig in a blanket, and if it's meatloaf wrapped in cabbage, just X out of the chat now. That's not what I think is a pig in a blanket.
First, hi, Mr. Tolly, and then...
Hey, Mr. Tolly.
No, mine was a flattened out biscuit, then I put cheese and hot dogs in it.
Just announcing I'm here with Buddy got like a hammer.
Okay, we got Peachy hacking up a lung. We got Mr. Tolly going Mr. Roboto.
Okay, try that again, Mr. Tolly.
He said something about a camera.
I was just checking in and punctuating with my yellow hammer.
He was punctuating with his yellow hammer, and we don't even get to see it.
Aw.
I can try. I might start a robot, and if it gets bad, let me know.
It's
It
robot.
is, Mr. Tolly.
Here's a little.
I'm probably already roboting.
He's
Tomo
Yeah, you
arigato,
are.
Mr. Roboto, Tomo.
Sing it, Oily. Oh my God.
Jason over here dancing to it.
Jason's getting down.
There
And
you go.
Jason has a
yellow
hammer.
hammer.
Jason's got a hammer. I told you he's out of control tonight, this kid.
If I had a hammer,
I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. Why am I singing alone, you stupid idiot? Oily, you left me hanging.
Because you always know the Carpenters.
I'm just getting you started, man.
Okay, wait. Why isn't Mom singing? Because she has the voice. Because she knows people will gather around her car in the parking lot with their lighters going.
Every once in a while, I put my hands up. You know, I know somebody's thinking hand check over there.
Oh my God.
She's got a bun and she's ready for action.
Night, Rick. Again.
Good night, night. Okay, Rick thinks of cats in blenders. Rick, when you can't sleep, lay there and think of cats in blenders, and it'll help you go to sleep. That's what I do.
I love Peachy's facial expressions whenever she's shocked like that.
They're crazy. She kills me.
And the reason no one else was singing is because no one else knows.
Oh, Jason, shut up!
I didn't say anything.
No, you're making fun of me getting excited.
Okay, Tommy, the reason why what?
The reason that no one else is singing is because no one else knows the Carpenters.
I know the Carpenters.
Oh my God! Come on! If I had a hammer, I thought that was Peter, Paul, and Mary.
It is, but
What?
Tommy, you're like, okay, I just had an LSD flashback. Okay, see, you can't do things like that because you said it earlier and something in my brain went, and then people started talking. Then I thought, what did Karen Carpenter sing? She had like a smooth voice, not like, if I had
Oh,
what was her
God, all kinds of
Carpenters?
things.
Remember her brother? What was their big song?
Oh, shit, I should know this one.
My husband was in love with her.
My mother has the album, the vinyl, and when they...
That's it.
Say it again, Oily.
oh, they sung
Yes, to you. Yes. Oily God. Okay, Tommy, go ahead. We never let you finish a sentence. I'm sorry.
I'll be back in a minute.
We've only just begun to live.
There you go.
Yeah.
I sang
Close
that.
to you.
They long to be. Did Tommy leave the building?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did he be
Get
right
back
back?
and it's like, I'm out.
Weren't we gonna let him say something? I muted him. Jason, shut up. Okay.
He was going to go before I started singing.
Where do you have to go? Magnus, is he on his way to your room? What's happening?
I don't know. I got sneeze.
You got a sneak?
I got sneeze.
Okay.
Bless you ahead of time.
Oh.
Where's Pepper at when you need it?
I know it. Oh. it's the worst when you think you got a sneeze coming, then it won't, then you're like, oh, I don't have to, and then you just explode.
Right?
Yeah.
Try all these damn cedars down here. Y'all Google cedar fever. Damn trees explode.
At least that's not beaver fever. Okay? Cedar fever.
Oh,
Oh, Lord. What happened to the cat?
Okay, Tommy. Tommy?
What?
Are you going to give us what you were going to say before you left, wheeled across the room in your rolly chair, or what?
Oh, Lord.
No. Now you're just going to have to wonder.
No, I want to know really bad.
Oh, shit.
You're going to be sitting here going, watch it, Tommy.
Oh, wait. The hidden numismatist said, top of the world. I'm on the top of the world, getting down on creation. Remember that one?
Yeah, did you look on the email?
Explanation
I can find. Oh, they long to be. My husband was in love with Karen Carpenter. Then she offed herself.
Right?
Like, he had very bad taste in women. I think most of the women he liked back in the rock and roll days died. Jason?
Yes.
Were you singing?
Oh, shit. Jason knows the Carpenters?
Jason is a GQ man. Okay, he's an all-around, roundabout, on top of things, 20-year-old.
He hadn't turned 20 yet, has he?
Yeah. Didn't you just have a birthday?
Yeah. Yeah. Birthday.
Yeah. Birthday. He told us last Saturday he was 20. He gives me hope in young people. Him and Magnus, like, they give me hope. What were you trying to say, Magnus?
Y'all need to sing the classics. Kumbaya.
Listen, me and Moms can sing the old slave hymnals, okay, the 100. If you want to have church, we can have church. But this is the zone. This is not Kumbaya, my lord, okay? You know, what do we have to sing next? What's that M thing? Yeah, this ain't church. What's the one you do, the Magna Carta or something? What's that thing called?
The Macarena.
The Macarena. The Macarena.
Go, Jason! I can do it with you.
Okay, wait.
Oh, my goodness.
If you're taking over with, I want to hear Chef Mary, I want to hear the White Rabbit.
I know the
I can
White
sing.
Duck.
I can sing Frog
White
Hat.
Duck swimming in the water.
Sing it, Oily. I can sing Slow
Hey, who does the white hat?
There we go. Slow ride, yes.
Slow
Okay.
ride.
White Rabbit.
Take it easy.
Hey,
Okay, now we
Mouse,
got like
did you
dogs
see the
howling.
karaoke night?
Yes. Yeah, that was Clearwater Revival. He sang.
Oh, we ought to hit a
Hell
karaoke
damn,
bar
yeah.
while we're down there.
Oh, Rainy Days and Mondays by him and
Rainy. Yep.
Yeah, the hidden new Mr. I cannot pronounce that.
Toily had the tongue tie. Yeah, I couldn't say it either. The hidden
Numismatist.
Numismatist.
Hey, can we just...
Bless you.
Let's just say... Oily, let's just say the hidden. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Oily, how you coming in your coin collection?
I haven't really done a whole lot of it. Mainly what I've collected has been stuff I've won off chats or, you know, like the auctions that I did back a while back. But,
yeah, for Justin's dad, yep.
Yeah, but my poor office has been stacked, and for some reason everybody thinks this is the catch-all room. And you got to understand, we live in about 1,100 square foot house. It's very small.
Yep.
And there's not many places to put things, and my preps are taking over, so I've been...
Right?
I spent spent the day pulling stuff out of my office, and I've got to finish up tomorrow and then reorganize it in my office so that we can actually get in here.
But doesn't it make you feel good? Whereas, like, I have a craft room that's like, you know, if I want to upholster chairs or sew or do mosaics, instead you've got such useful stuff, you know, that your preps are actually taken over. And it's like everything you have has an actual use. Doesn't that feel good?
But then my family gets mad at me because I have it, and they have to try to work around it. And they'll appreciate this one day. They sure appreciated my preps whenever the electric was out twice this winter.
And see, even though it gets on their nerves, you just say, I really just sympathize and go, I really feel your pain. And that's all you say.
Now get out.
Yeah.
That's not what you say. You say, it sucks to be you.
Yes. And then what you do when they all leave the house is you throw away some of their crap so you can make more room so that they won't have to gripe so much about the useful things that you store. My husband will tell you he hated to go out of town because I would make a run to the dump with his stuff or a Goodwill drop-off. The man had books from college on steel, if you don't think they're outdated when you graduate in 1978. Okay, and it was like, you know, as long as you're still in town and moving with me and we stack those boxes in your closet, it's fine with me. But the minute he went to Kuwait for 9 months, I had Salvation Army back up a truck, buddy. You know?
Oh my God, Mouse!
You're lucky they took them because they don't normally take books.
Right. Well, this was some time ago, like in the 90s. First, I went through and made sure, checking numbers, if any were actual historic books, because he's so old. But they weren't. You know, if they had any, like, redeemable value and all kind of stuff. And he did not realize after Kuwait, he went to England, then Spain, and it was not until we were moving here 3 years ago, he went, hey, man, where's all my boxes I used to have?
Wow.
Yep, didn't even know they were gone. But he would have them all stacked in his closet because I wouldn't. They're like not going anywhere else. You know.
You told him that some homeless person got them from the Salvation Army to keep warm.
Yeah, they were. Some homeless people were burning them in 55-gallon drums in the for heat. They made really good tinder. The pages were old. I mean, for God's sake, it was great. That was when we made steel in America too. I was like, those are so obsolete. They don't make steel in America anymore. It all comes from China. That's why our buildings tend to lean a little bit now. There's lean a little bit. Oh my God, what a mess this was.
I lived in between two steel mills, and they would take the ingots while they were still hot and transfer them from one steel mill to the other steel mill. And waiting on that train to go, and you were a good 35 feet back from it, you still feel the heat from those ingots.
Yes. Is that not amazing? The steel workers, the craftsmen we have, and the stuff that they did. We have a driveway full of slag, you know, a byproduct because they made steel down in Beaufort or somewhere. And our neighbors get the pretty white stuff that gets all crumbly and goes away, and then you track it up your stairs. This driveway's for frickin' ever, man. It's slag.
Yeah.
Big gray rocks. I love it. I think that stuff's amazing, don't you, moms? When you see them pouring that big stuff.
Our steel mill workers got locked out. They've been out, I want to say, for 6 months, maybe. Maybe it's coming up on 6 months. Now, I expect them to settle that because everybody just lost their health care this month. So they'll probably be bringing them back. You know, that's ridiculous. I live in a steel mill town.
Yep. Well, we got to get back to a country that makes things. And that's the one thing about Trump. He gets like 44% of the blue-collar vote. That's the backbone of this country, our plumbers, our steel workers, the craftsmanship.
Yeah, he scares me. I mean,
he scares me too.
And, you know, I can't do it. And he backpedals all the time. Oh, I didn't say this. Well, yeah, you did. You know,
back in the 90s, I mean, people are allowed to change their point of view. I mean, I wasn't always into herbs and vitamins, and I would pop in a leaf, or I even took Tylenol, guys. I couldn't touch a Tylenol now if you paid me to. People change their minds. They get educated. They learn.
Yeah, but he's too much of a loose cannon. And we're so close to New York, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just sick of him.
Trump's one of those people, he'll say whatever he has to get the votes that he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the deal. I'm not saying that people don't change their mind, but he's a very deceptive person, and he's very absorbed, and it's about him. And I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
I just like that somebody that are blue-collar workers, the backbone, the people who built this country and keep it civilized. When people flush a toilet, they're not looking for a bank manager, right?
Right.
Is that they're getting involved. They want to work. They want to work. They have mad skills. And you should be able to work in this country and make something. And that's what we've got to get back to, is being a self-sustaining country.
Yeah, and that's where tax reform will help, because we're causing all of the businesses to go out of the country because they're taxing them to death.
Oh yeah, and what they have to pay in.
Yeah, and then they get incentives to go out of the country.
Well, but between the tax rate that they have to pay, the ridiculous health insurance, matching Social Security, matching health insurance premiums, they're drowning like the rest of us. You think an executive's family wants to move to Mexico or China? Hell no, they don't. You know, but you know, the difference is businesses can close. You know, Ford didn't have to take the buyout, and the government crawled up their butt, and they still resisted. But imagine if Ford quit being Ford. Where are we going to get car parts? My truck won't run.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to get back to where our men who want jobs, right, who've supported wives, children, put them through college on blue-collar wages, can work again. I ain't asking for too much, but a country who can support itself. We're all trying to be more self-sufficient.
What do you think about?
I wish we could find somebody. I mean, I wish we could find help. We can't. Unless it's a damn illegal in the Home Depot park. We can't find help. Nobody wants to work.
The lack of effort is crazy, but I'll have to disagree a little bit with y'all's philosophy on the corporations. Yes, it's corporate greed, but look at how many people want to go buy the cheap Chinese crap at Walmart. If there's not a supply for the higher American-made stuff,
the John Deere.
Well, but here's the problem. There's not really an alternative to the cheap stuff at Walmart. And just like the UAW workers, remember when they were trying, you know, the guy who used to work on the carburetor? They wanted to teach them how to paint, and the union stepped in and said, no, they just do carburetors. Well, guess what? There ain't carburetors anymore. So there's a catch-22 to it. But there's no alternative to it for me, and everything we buy is just throwaway. How long's a plastic coffee maker make you? Last you? But we just got to get back to where we make stuff, just like we're, you know, me and Peachy and Oily and and we're trying to can our own food, grow our own food. We just need to do that as a country. I just want our men to work, to have the opportunity to work for a decent wage, too.
Somebody did a Facebook posting about that the other day, about what a woman done all day long, and then she had to take care of the man when he got home because he wasn't going to do nothing.
Oh, listen, that's the funniest
thing. The
days
of a man putting forth more effort than a woman is over. I mean, most of them so-called men nowadays want to sit on their duff, let their wife take care of them and play video games.
Right. Yeah, well, and the wife is...
Jerry, quit telling our private messages.
I really could not handle being married to somebody like that, because my husband works a full-time job, and then he comes home and he goes out in the shop and he works another full-time job out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's only
got to be doing something all the time.
The younger generation, though.
Oh, I know. I hear you.
plead the fifth.
Oh, I actually got an interview on
Magnus
Thursday.
is already working for the fire department, and Jason's looking to work for the forestry department for higher education. These guys are going to do something. Look at most of them that just want to sit there and play video games.
Yeah, but see, the difference is, Oily, you married a man like I married a man.
Right.
My husband doesn't play video games. I have girlfriends, they're in their 40s with 3 kids, and the husband's in his man cave playing video games. She came home from a job like he did, and she's doing everything. I'm like, why don't you put your foot down? But I talk about it all the time. There's a book in the saying, men who will not lead and women who will not let them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
husband wouldn't be sitting around playing video games. My husband cooks. He can do his own laundry. He doesn't need to be with me. He wants to be with me. But like you, I watched my dad go to work every day, so I expected a husband to do that. But we're also women who appreciate it, and most women don't. They give it no merit of how hard they work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I plead the fifth. I'm backing out of this one.
Well, I just gave my husband a sloppy kiss and told him I appreciated him before I left the house.
Right on, sister.
He was doing the dishes.
Yep.
Aww.
I said I'll do them when I come back because I just got done cooking, and I said I gotta go, and he said I'll do them. So he started doing them, and I just laid one on him and told him how much I appreciated him, and then left.
See, but you verbalize it. And what most women do is criticize their husbands. I'll be at a friend's house. He comes home from work, whatever, and he may have stopped at the store. Oh, for Christ's sake, you know I don't like this brand. And I'm thinking, why didn't you go to the darn store? I'm sitting over here, we're chatting on your porch, watching your kid. The criticism never stops. And you have to build a man up. I mean, my husband left every day thinking he's smoking hot. Smartest guy. Corporation was lucky to have him. Ain't nobody better looking. I mean, cheer him out the door because they get shot up at work, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm speaking of men and work, my husband come home the other day saying that his company laid a bunch of people off, and, you know, it's an energy company, and I'm, you know, praise God he still has a job.
Yes. Yep. And part of that's his work ethic, right? And, you know, we'd have their back even if they didn't. But my husband will never walk out thinking, oh, my woman, you know, my wife doesn't think I'm all that in a bag of chips or appreciate me.
And my husband's one of those that if he won't leave one job until he finds another. He's always been that way. You know, he's not going to just quit and wait for something to come along.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he is one of those that he's got to be working. You know, that's part of his value in himself, his self-worth. So.
Well, and you let him lead, and he's willing to, and he's happy to provide. We've had people say when I was at home who are our age, well, women just don't get to stay home anymore. And I think, I do, right? We worked it out, but we're not both driving BMWs, you know?
Yeah.
No, but you worked it out.
What's that?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
You're robot bad, Scott.
Okay.
No, you're not robot now.
Okay. I'm not?
No, I just did.
Jerry?
Yeah, I just sneezed, so I didn't know what you said because I had to mute myself.
Oh.
Well, bless you.
Thank you.
I'm going to chime in from the other side, having a woman like y'all that does this for me and values me and tells me so, that it is a fantastic feeling for a guy.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of guys out there that don't have women like that, and they're constantly bitching about their wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, okay, find the problem.
Yes.
Be a problem. I mean, at one point I worked 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs so that somebody was home with kids all the friggin' time.
Mm-hmm.
Me or my wife, we couldn't afford to just not have me work or her work. But there was a while where she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But we worked it out, and one of us was home with the kids. We didn't have daycare and crap.
Right.
We worked it out. And that's just what you got to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A man is more than willing to do it. God designed him to do it, like when you were working plenty of jobs, because your wife valued it, and you were working for the family with her. And just like biblically, God made women to be a helpmate. I don't stand behind my husband. I stand beside him, but he leads. And I'm glad to hear a man say they like that when a woman is thankful, because my husband's gone on jobs that were horrible. They didn't want him on the job, but the big boss wanted him. You know what I mean? Lots of stress, lots of worry, but he went to work every day. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Joel Sweatman is in the audience.
Yes, he is. My husband has gone to work, and he'd wake up, and I'd have to help him out of bed, help him put his boots on, his socks and his pants and his boots on, because his back hurt him so bad.
Yes.
He's gone to work with the flu. He went to work with this bronchitis that I have. I can count on two hands the number of times he's taken off of work because he was sick in the last 25 years since we've been married.
See, that's awesome. Yep. And I had a friend who had
I will say that I take advantage of some of that now that I don't have kids home.
Yeah.
I'll take a day off once in a while.
Yes.
Because I'm not working to support a family of 7. It's my wife and I, and 2 dogs that, if worst came to worst, they can go. Not that I want to, but,
Well, that's a little different. My husband now, he takes off some personal days now, but back when he didn't have those options, he didn't have sick days and he didn't have personal days, he was on salary, and it was for a farm, so there's a lot of rules that don't apply to them. So he didn't take off. When he was cowboying or he was farming, he didn't take off. But unless there was one time he had the flu and he was so sick, I just told him his butt was going to bed, and I was calling his boss and letting them know that he was not coming in. He was so sick, but he has personal time now, and he takes his days off, vacation days and stuff. But just to call in because he just didn't feel like going, he just doesn't do that,
But see, what's cool is you stepped up and you were able to put your foot down because he knew you were looking out for him. Like, you're not going this time, I'm calling your boss.
Yeah.
Because he respected you enough to listen, is the difference. But, you got to build people up. It's like your kids. If you tell them you're stupid, you're dumb, you're never going to amount to anything, that's going to come true. Same thing with a husband. If you tell him you suck all the time, he will. But there are women out there who will not tell them they do not suck and they're wonderful. And you will see the rear end of them heading out the driveway.
Well, it's just like he was talking about Orly calling his boss. It wasn't very many years ago that if a wife or mother called, they listened to them intently. More so.
Yes.
Even the kids in the neighborhood. Don't mess up at their house, because that mama will whip you and take you home to your mama to whip you.
Yes.
There you go.
When I was pregnant with Shawnee, we didn't have insurance, and I was pregnant with her, and the doctor wouldn't even see me until we come up with, like, I can't remember how much it was. It was like $6,000 before I would even be able to be seen. And so I was like 4 months along before I was able to be seen. But what my husband did was he'd get up and he would be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning, work his welding job at WW in Dodge City, Kansas. He'd get off work from there after a 12-hour shift, go hook onto a trailer that was loaded with pallets, and then drive down from Dodge City down to Oklahoma to drop those pallets off, and then turn around and drive back. And he would get in bed about 2 to 3 in the morning, and get up and be back at work at 6 the next day. And that's what he did for about 4 months until we had enough money saved up for me to go to the doctor. You know, a lot of people would not do that, but he did.
There you go.
Hello?
Yeah, that's the way I was brought up. You know, you do what you get, you do what you have to do, and that's all there is to it. That's the way my mom brought us up.
Yeah.
Right.
My dad was not a good example of a man, but my mom taught me how to be one.
Yeah.
There you go.
My mom said that my grandpa, her dad, was an alcoholic, and he died when I was little, so I don't remember that part of him. But he wasn't a mean drunk, and my mom said that he was the cheapest alcoholic you'd find because he made sure everybody else's needs were met before he even reached for a bottle of anything, you know, bought a bottle of anything. And he never once complained about his job. He'd have to walk miles to get to his job for the railroad, and he always just said, I'm just so grateful to have my job at the railroad. It may be a tough job, but I'm grateful to have it.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, you know, I don't like my job, but I have it. Have a job. There's a lot of people that don't have jobs.
Right.
Which I think is totally by choice.
Yeah, for a lot of
There's
people.
plenty of jobs out there if you want it.
There's a lot of these kids that just, they want what we have at our age now. They want it at their age, like right now. They don't want to work for it. They want it to happen right now, and anything that they think needs them, they're not going to take. Let me tell you what, I've wiped butts. I've scrubbed toilets. I've scrubbed
right.
I've wiped nasty noses. I've done back-breaking work, and you know, it's beneath you or not, whatever you think, it's still a job and it's still providing for your family.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of where we kind of screwed up a little bit. Our parents made us get up and put forth the effort to earn a living and be ready for life.
Yeah.
We went out and killed ourselves to hand everything to our kids. And then when they get up old enough, they ain't ready for life. They still want us to hand it to them.
Yeah, they don't want to grow up because they've been spoiled, and it's our fault.
Yeah, I raise my kids to know that you want something, you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
My daughter said she wanted a car when she turned 16. You're going to have a car. You better get a job and you better earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, when I had a kid at 16, I didn't have him. Josh wasn't a week old. My ass was working. I had to buy the diapers. I had to buy the food. I had to buy the clothes.
It's just a difference in upbringing, I think. A whole lot of it. And it bears down on, you know, we took care of their problems. They don't have to put forth an effort. Now they don't.
We wanted to give them what we didn't have, and that there's been a negative consequence to that.
Big time.
Yes, there has.
Yeah, I wish I had. I mean, if I could start over on having kids, I would not let a video game in my house.
Mm-hmm.
There would be such a time limit on TV. It would be like an hour for the entire day, so you better make your choice wisely because that's going to be it. I mean, it'd be so different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky, like Chelsea, you know, my grandbaby, she likes to get out and she likes to play. That's what she wants to do. She wants to be out in the shop with Pawpaw. She
ain't learned about computers and social media yet.
Yes, she has, because her mom is on there all the time, trust me. And we get on there some too, and she's come in here whenever I've been on the chats with y'all, but she's an outdoor kid. She's geared more like her Papa Joe. She wants to be outdoors, doing something all the time. which is good because when she gets old enough, we're going to go camping and we're going to do some fun stuff like that, and I'm going to teach her all of that stuff.
But you're showing her a balance. You know what I mean? How it's not all just video games or whatever. You're showing her a balance, like enjoying the outdoors. You can come in and research it later. There's lots of good things, but like you said, it's not just that one thing.
Yeah.
You know?
My kid just bought her first, game console? Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Just a couple weeks ago because somebody needed money. And they said, hey, how about buying this off of me?
Right.
Okay.
What did you buy?
I don't know.
I guess the baby boomers are fixing to bust, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on here. I'm down to 14%.
Oh, gosh. We can go ahead and go offline, Moms.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
I'll try to get off because I got to drive the old man and Boo over to his brother's house tomorrow.
Okay, well, feel better, Magnus, and be careful, okay?
Alright.
Bye, Magnus.
Night, Sugar Pop.
We got 2 baby boomers on here.
Y'all stay safe.
Me. You too.
Mouse and Holly.
I am too.
Me, Mr. Tolley.
I'm the tail end of the baby boomers.
Yep, I'm 1957. We were the backbone of this country, boy. We weren't afraid to work, but I tell you, we're the last ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got to agree with that.
Yeah, I learned that hard work equals reward. At age 14, my dad marched me down to get my work permit, which was your Social Security number. Now you get it when you're born, and by the time you're 18, your mom screwed your credit up from using it for gas companies, electric companies, financing cars, everything else. But yeah, work from 14 on. It was like just unimaginable. What's that?
Yep. I screwed my own up, but
but at least you did it your darn self. You know what I mean? Yep. In real life happens. More and more people have screwed up credit due to job loss, housing market crashes. It's all different now. You know?
Cancer.
Mine was medical.
But that's called overextending yourself.
Yeah, just like oily. Yeah, Mom said medical.
It's just overextending yourself.
Yep.
See, we don't even have a credit card.
That's smart.
Well, I have a debit card through the bank, you know, but it's just what's in there. It's not.
Yeah, but see, that makes you live within your means and teaches you how to budget. Because credit cards is what's destroyed this country, really, and buying on credit and time.
Yeah.
I think so.
We're kind of forced to have a credit card to buy a house or something like that.
To even like rent a car or get a plane ticket is ridiculous.
Right?
Oh, I am telling you.
It's irritating.
Got coming and going.
I use my debit card for plane ticket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, plane ticket. They can't extra charge you. If you rent a motel room or a car or something, they want to open it into the account so they can get more money if you owe it to them.
You know what's really frustrating? You know, I was checking on it, seeing about maybe flying out when we do the redneck thing. And, you know, Oklahoma has not gotten their IDs up to where it's supposed to be for to be able to fly and stuff. And we've got an extension till October, but after that, the state has dragged their feet for 10 years to try to get this ID thing taken care of, and so now we're in a pickle because there's no more grants or anything to have the money to get it caught up, and I can't remember how much it costs, but it's like crazy, crazy, crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen after October because they've already given us
You'll be like me and have no damn ID. The hoops they make you jump through over here in Texas are insane. I can't get a driver's license. We need proof of divorce. We need proof of marriage. We need proof of this, that, and, you know, good God, I've got copies of divorce papers, but I don't have marriage license from 30 years ago.
You know that's from the Patriot Act, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Bush put it in there.
Thing. Yep. Let me tell you, Bush in the last 3 months pretty much did us in with stimulus, the Patriot Act, and the damn Department of Homeland Security.
Yep.
It used to be I could take a
they're
kid
all
in.
over the place over here.
Yeah, it used to be you could go change your name. You know, if your mom named you Winona and you didn't like it, you turned 18, paid $8, and got your name changed. Holy smokes, now it's just insane. You know?
Ugh.
But I can get online and get the marriage. I've hunted down girlfriends from college by getting online, paying $18 to get their marriage license. I knew when they were married and where, right? Hunt them down by the new name. And I actually have an official copy of your marriage license. But you try to do it to change identification, and it'll make you insane. You know?
Yeah.
It's just out of mind.
I went to the Social Security office trying to get a new copy. They told me 2 certified copies of divorce papers were not proof of a divorce. What the hell? I go around divorce people I ain't married to? My birth certificate ain't proof of age?
Mm-hmm.
Where were these people raised?
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, it is insane.
It's totally stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
What the hell? You know what? I'll take my calculator, subtract the date of birth from what it is now, and you got my damn age. This is not Common Core, people.
This is one thing I do and have actually in my bug out bag and in a little fireproof safe you can carry by hand is copies of everything. Driver's license, marriage license, wind, hail, flood insurance, all of it. Because now if you get your wallet, like anybody still has their Social Security card in their wallet, needs to take it out. It's dumb. I don't keep my voter's registration in my wallet, right? Is keep things at a bare minimum, because when it's stolen, trying to get them replaced, like a passport without knowing your number, even though everything's electronic now, it really isn't. But I mean, a marriage license copy is not valid, but the number of it and the date of it's on there to have a place to start. Because I learned that after Katrina in New Orleans, people had no copies, and they had Joe Smith insurance. Well, Joe Smith died, right? Or they can't reach him. Remember, cell towers are down. The place flooded. There's no record of anything. It was just insanity. And I thought, we need to have copies of these things in a way that we can fire. You know, your house burns down, your purse is stolen, you're in an accident, right? Your purse gets stolen there on the scene. Something to prove it. And it's just whack that we're all electronic now, and they've proved this in corporations. Even though places say they go paperless, they don't. There's more paper than ever. They have to print out all the hard copies of the emails, all the things that they do. There's more paper than ever. We're not paperless. Because when you lose them, they can't. You'd think they could pull it up from my name, right? My first, middle, last name, date of birth. Oh, no. Call up on your cell phone. You need to have your account number. They can't just pull it up from the damn phone you're calling from.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I know when I worked at the hospital, I worked in medical records, and they were paperless supposedly, but basically the only thing that was because you had to have a signed copy on hand, and they wasn't using where you can sign like a credit card. They wasn't using that at the time. So what they would do is even though they would have the reports in the computer, they'd have to print them out. We'd have to sit them in front of the doctor for the doctor to go through and make sure and sign, and the dictation would be typed out, printed out, and he'd have to go through that, he or she would, and have to sign it or okay it or correct what needed to be corrected, and then they'd have to redo it. And I mean, we had charts that were just crazy thick. It was just ridiculous. And then some of it was in the computer and some of it wasn't. Like the nursing notes were all in the computer, so if somebody wanted a copy of the record, like attorneys want the whole thing. They don't just want the admission and the discharge summary and all of that and the labs and things. They want it all. So you'd have to go through and figure out what wasn't in the paper chart and print all that out. It was just so time consuming and ridiculous.
And expensive. You're getting paid to do that. When people complain about a doctor's office, I go, there are 3 girls who work in the insurance company. There are 3 girls work in the front desk. There's the licensed practical nurse. There's the registered nurse. They have no idea just the things you rattled off could be for one patient, Oily, and the man hours that you had to put into that on top of the doctor having to pay $1 million a year in freaking malpractice insurance.
Right. It is crazy. That's just like childcare. I had a daycare for several years when my kids were younger because I either worked for a childcare service or I started one at one point. And the insurance was outrageous, and they just to watch kids, they expected my staff to go through all this training. They had to have so many hours of child care classes and stuff like that, and it had to be ongoing. So, and they, so I wasn't going to make them take those classes without paying them. That's not right. So, it was just so expensive. People don't realize, and child care has just gone up from there, and the reason why is because of insurance and stuff, and then all of the stress from the health department coming in and writing you up over something stupid like there was a little too much water next to the toilet whenever the girl mopped, or somebody vacuumed and they didn't stick the plug back in the socket, even though it was the toddler or the baby room, and they didn't even crawl in that room, couldn't even reach the sockets. It was just so much stress for all of that. And like out under the play equipment, the ground had to be, if it was sand, it had to be soft sand. It couldn't be compacted. Or if it was gravel, it had to be a certain kind of gravel, or it had to be, so many inches of sand or so many inches. Oh, it was just so stupid. It was stupid.
Government control.
Well, it's over-regulation. It's the same thing. A guy started a U-Pick place here in Charleston County. And he great organic heirloom vegetables, but he had to put in a septic system, and he had to have 3 filters on the water he was using, right? So out there in a huge field, he had to set up solar power, have a generator for backup, because the water he was irrigating the fields with had to go through these 3 filtration systems. Absolutely retarded.
Yeah.
So he lasted 3 years and ended up selling the pumps and the solar system. It said it ain't working. It's just not worth it. And none of it, like in South Carolina, Texas has much better cottage food laws. If you watch Pecan Corners channel, sells and makes jambalaya mixes. South Carolina's is so restrictive, there's no way to do it. I would have to have DHEC, right? Get DHEC approval in my kitchen, have those big giant 3 big giant sinks for your mop water, your rinse water. Like, that's more area than my dishwasher, 2 cabinets, and sink take up. And it's like, everything, the regulation stymies you. People used to make money from home, baking cakes, wedding cakes. That you're so prevented from making a living to pay ridiculous taxes on, right? That it just what you're saying about daycare. Then you got to be trained. What if somebody's 3-year-old has been diagnosed with ADD? You have to be certified to dispense the medication to them. It's crazy. It makes my mind liquefy.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not that way in Europe. It's not that way in Spain, and things are much looser, but they don't also have to put on the side of a McDonald's coffee cup, be careful, this is hot, because people aren't that stupid over there. We're all victims over here, Sad.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if they think they have ADHD and it's just they're acting up because they're spoiled and don't get.
Thank you. And you know what? I got it right here. I can lay my hands on it. Take some St. John's wort and chill the hell out.
Well,
have you? Go ahead, Tommy.
I was going to say, when I was in school, it was called being hyper. And you know what took care of that?
A spanking.
Get your ass outside and play.
Well, I tell you what does it now to kids is diet. I have a lot of friends whose young kids, kindergarten, first and second grade, they have ADD, ADHD. I'm like, do you see your diet? Change your diet, Miss Processed Food, Miss We Only Eat at Kentucky Fried Chicken, Burger King, McDonald's. Try something on those things. And these are moms who stay at home, but they don't want to cook from scratch. Well, I'm just going to give them the pill. And schools make you medicate them. They will make you medicate your kids.
Oh, yeah.
My son was pretty hyper and stuff whenever he was little. And we began to notice, like, whenever somebody would give him Kool-Aid or something like that, he would have headaches and he would be more hyper and stuff, and come to find out he was allergic to the dyes. So, it was mainly the red dye, but, after we figured that out, we watched that and watched the drinks and the foods with the red dye in it. He did so much better after that,
But you were observant, right, and looking for things that could cause it instead of, oh, well, they'll give him this medication 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
You made an effort, and there are kids who have real issues, no doubt about it. But gosh, people got to start somewhere else, to look at it. Like I get on Magnus about drinking Mountain Dew, the highest in caffeine.
Oh, my God.
It rots your teeth out at the gum line, rots them out, eats through them. It's a dentist will tell you our best friend is Mountain Dew users. And up to the age of 21, it's the damage is done that's irreparable,
Yeah.
But if you ever try to take a Mountain Dew from somebody, I believe it's easier to take a hypodermic needle from a heroin user than it is to get people off Mountain Dew. They are serious about some Mountain Dew, y'all.
Hey, I know some people like that on Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
My daughter was like that, my youngest, Kaylee. And she would eat bags and bags, and I mean almost daily, of salt and vinegar chips, just cases of Dr. Pepper, and her whole chest, her face would break out. And I'm like, can we try laying off this for a second? And when she saw that her skin cleared up, she hasn't touched one in years. And I'm like, thank you.
But she listened to some advice, but they go through withdrawal. Their hands will shake. Say it again, Oily. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Oily?
Oh, shoot. But their hands will shake.
I don't
wet.
remember.
Okay, I'm sorry. We got a lag, and I was
trying to read the external too. So.
Okay.
Oh, the salt intake. Yeah, I mean the salt in that too.
Yep. Like, look at Jason.
Yeah.
Bright eyes. He ain't eating a bunch of junk. You don't look like that eating garbage.
No.
Yeah, I don't eat as much.
Mm-mm.
Been liking ham and cheese for a snack as well. That's awesome.
Right? That's when you're really tired you're tired and want something fast.
Oh, Mouse, I made me up. I don't care what Jerry says about upping my carbs. He can kiss it. But I made me like 9 or 10 lunches up yesterday. so that when I get hungry, when my blood sugar drops, I want something right now, right here. Put food in front of me. And so he
Are there
said
any
I was correct.
carbs? Are there any carbs in those lunches? Some vegetables, not just meat?
Yes, there are. I bought more. I bought half a case of my carbonara pasta, and it has like, normal pasta has 42 carbs per 2 ounces. This has like 24 per 2 ounces, so it doesn't kill me as bad.
Excellent.
It still hits, but the other day when I ate like Jerry told me to, I was in so much pain I could barely get in bed. I was like, oh my God. Now I know why I don't eat these.
But from what were you in pain?
It spikes my blood sugar.
What does?
My sugar has been carbs.
Oh, okay. That's what I know you're talking about. Sorry.
It spikes your blood sugar, and I have been running normal in the 80s, and I mean the highest I've got was 164, which is still bad. But when I ate carbs, when I ate 75 carbs, it jacked it up to like 279. Oh, it hurts so bad.
That's so weird. Okay, Tommy,
oh,
we're
it
gonna
hurts.
Yeah, we going offline, y'all. Good night.
Bye bye, guys. Love y'all.
Bye, guys.
Oh, Jason, quit it. You little shit.